Hello there. Welcome to my channel. I am Tolulope Fakehinde. Welcome back. Some decisions defy the norm, yet carry a weight of peace that confirms they were actually right. Today, I want to take you into one of the most defining decisions I made as a teenager. A decision that shaped my identity, my relationships, and even the kind of man I would eventually marry. You see, this is not so much about celibacy. It is about honor, honoring your body, honoring God, and honoring your future. Let me take you back to a very special moment in my life. In August 2004, a camp meeting that forever marked my journey. It was held at Rema Chapel, Tanke, in Ilori, Kwara State, a place that played a powerful role in my spiritual foundation growing up. Rema Chapel truly impacted my walk with God, and for that, I will always be grateful. At that camp meeting, something happened. We were learning about purity, about identity, and about purpose. And for the first time, it hit me. My body isn't just mine. It's God's temple. It is a gift, and it's meant to be honored. That evening, we were all given a white sheet of paper and instructed to write a letter to our future husbands. And it wasn't just another kind of writing exercise in that sense. It was a sacred moment of surrender and conviction. I picked up my pen and I wrote from the deepest part of my heart. In that letter, I said some things along the lines of, I choose to keep this body for you, not because it's easy, but because you're worth it, because God is worth it. Here is the twist. At that time, I was in a 1-month relationship. Nothing so deep. Just one of those, everyone has a boyfriend situations. But holding that letter in my hand, I knew this relationship had no vision, no goal, no foundation whatsoever. So I ended it. Not so much out of pride, but out of honor. Fast forward some years, I eventually handed that very letter to my husband because I told him about it. Interestingly, he had been my friend for about 8 to 9 years. Was it easy keeping that promise? Absolutely not. But the right environment, personal discipline, and most of all, God's grace helped me keep it. Now let's go deeper. In 1 Corinthians chapter 6, verse 19 to 20, it says, "Do you not know that your bodies are temples of the Holy Spirit? You are not your own. You were bought at a price. Therefore, honor God with your bodies." So, it's not all so much about abstinence in that. It's also bringing in the stewardship part of it. And when we talk about purity, it's not punishment. It is protection. It protects us from soul ties, emotional confusion, and regret. Now let's also look at it from a psychological perspective. Celibacy gives you emotional clarity and stronger decision making. You're not stuck just because you have gotten too deep to turn around. Studies show that sexual intimacy creates emotional bonding, which often clouds our judgment in dating. That's why many people stay in unhealthy relationships much longer than they should. Celibacy, on the other hand, lets you build your relationship on values, not just feelings, on purpose, not just pleasure. It builds self-control, and that is a key trait for thriving relationships and effective leadership. Of course, it stems from a fruit of the Spirit. And here is something many people overlook. Celibacy also earns you respect, not just from others, but from yourself. It shows how much you value your body, your future, and your relationship with God. It says, I know my worth, and I would not lower my standard just to feel accepted. Now, was it challenging? Yes. There were moments of temptation. moments of loneliness, even doubt, especially while on campus. But here's what helped me: being planted in the right environment, choosing friends, choosing who honored my values, staying under mentorship, feeding my mind with content that fueled my faith, not my flesh. I had to be intentional. Parents, please hear me. Environment is everything. This summer, don't be passive, be intentional. Plug your children into godly camps, truth-filled content, and purpose-driven communities. Because content will either contaminate or contribute to their destiny. And to the young man or woman watching this, feeling the pressure to belong, please know you're not alone and you are not behind. Choosing to honor our body, your body, is one of the most powerful expressions of identity and self-love. And once again, to parents watching this, be a covering, be a compass. Help your children walk in purpose before the culture redefines their worth. Let me leave you with this. What have you been honoring? Pressure or purpose? Culture or conviction? Because we weren't created to conform. You were created to lead, to stand out, to shine as light that you are. And honoring your body is not just a purity message. It is an identity message. It's the core of who we are. It's a message about our destiny. So whether you're single, dating, or parenting, let's make decisions today that our future selves will thank us for. Until next time, keep living boldly, loving deeply, and leading with purpose.